Welcome, as usual. It's always a pleasure to be here learning. The whole purpose of all these short clips is for us to have a better understanding how to live in this world that God has created. Remember, this world may not look like it because it's physical, but it's driven by spirituality, by God. God is the one that's running this world, that this world is governed by his laws. And the problem is that we don't understand these rules. As long as we don't understand these rules, we're always going to fail. So today we're going to discuss, should I marry a rich man? Because I've seen people in there, they want to marry a rich or powerful man. So let's look at the Torah, which is the Old Testament, which is also Kabbalistic. Let's look at what the Old Testament, the Torah, have to say about rich men. First, let's look at King Solomon. Now, this is the most intelligent, wise man that ever lived. If you know about King Solomon, you know what I'm talking about. Now, King Solomon said to God, do not make me rich. Do not make me poor. Why would the wisest man on earth who ever lived would say that? Because he says, if you make me rich, I'm going to forget you. I'm going to forget you. And if you make me poor, I'm going to sin because I'm going to steal. I'm going to do things to try to survive. Just make me in the middle, not poor and not rich. Now, this is the wisest man. So for those of you, especially women, who wants to marry a rich man. Now, remember, too, let's look at the physical part of this rich man. When you marry people who have money, there's a lot of issue that comes with it. That's ego, control, and they know you with them because of that money. So therefore, they know they're entitled, or they can treat you the way they want to. Because why? In essence, they're buying you, and you with them because you want something from them. Now, let's look what God says about a man who's rich. Why did God make this man rich? Now, according to the Old Testament, the Torah, it says this. God give people like that $1 billion. They give them 10 mansions, 10 jet, 10 yachts, travel around the world, do whatever they want to do. They have the best this world has to offer. Listen to what I just said. The best this world has to offer. Why? God has given them the best this world has to offer. Because God says this. You're not going to make it up here. You're not coming upstairs. So therefore, because you were nice to your mom, you were nice to your neighbor, you did some nice things while you were in this physical world, and you chase this physical world. You don't know who I am. This is what you want. You live according to your will in this world. So I'm giving you everything this world has to offer. I'm giving you your reward here and now. Why? You're not going upstairs. I'm giving you everything you want in this world, the best of everything. Because why? You have no chance of getting upstairs. You're not going upstairs. So the other side now, again, God is a beautiful God. Is perfect. He doesn't close people out. Okay, only on one or two occasions that certain people cannot make it. But God says also is this. I'm giving you all this money, the best this world has to offer, because I can't give you any more, because this is what you want is this world. But also, I'm giving you a chance to also come upstairs. What does that mean? It means that you have all this money to do hesed. Hesed is a Jewish word for kindness. You can use this money to help so many people, because you see, you're not blind. You see all the people who are suffering, who needs your help, the homeless, the VA, single parents. You see what's going on. And you can use that money to help so many people. In other words, it's kind of buying your way into heaven, because God says, I'm giving you a way out. You see, he didn't close the door all the way out on the rich man. Even those of you who have learned about Jesus, who thought, I think it was, I'm not sure who the person was, he was a rich man, and he told him to let go, to come follow him. But again, I'm just showing you what the Bible speaks about, how difficult it is when a person has so much money. And now the reason behind they have all this money. Now, this money, God's going to ask you, look at your neighbor, look at your best friend. Your best friend was making $50,000 a year. He was able to live with that money. Now you have $50 billion. Do you really need that amount of money to live off? So you know it's not your money. In essence, you are what God has given you, the one who oversees this money. I'm giving you this money as well. You can use it for good, or you can use it for yourself. And that's up to you. And most people don't make it. And there's a story about this rich man who was a Jewish man in a community. He was very wealthy. and he had a housekeeper. Now, this housekeeper, there was this one room she could never go in. Nobody went into that room except him. So one day the rabbi, which is called a male teacher, got a whiff of this rich man who goes to the synagogue, and he wanted to know, okay, there's talk around town. You have this room that's secretive. Nobody knows. No one goes in there. I want to know what it is you have in there. So the man agreed for this rabbi to come by, a rabbi like a teacher, a pastor, a priest, that's that level. So he says, well, I want you to come take a look. He says, okay. So he came to take a look, and what happened was when he walked into this room was empty. The only thing that was in this room was a casket, okay, a casket in the middle of this room. And he says, why do you have this casket? He says, the purpose of this casket is to remind me where I'm going when I leave this world. That's the purpose of this casket. Where I am going when I leave this world. It reminds me. This casket kept this rich man in check. Again, those of you pursuing this rich man, you have to remember, there's going to be an afterlife in eternity. And this man is going to take you where he's going. Gain on. Gain on mean hell, because this is the reward he's going to have at the end, because he already got his reward in this physical world. So when you're chasing a man like that, you have to remember, there's going to be a price to pay for this at the end of this lifetime. You may enjoy it now, and sometimes some people are already in hell here in this world with a rich person already, and you're going to suffer here in this world and the afterlife. Again, share, follow. You go to my YouTube channel, learn, educate yourself, understand the spiritual aspect of this world. I'll see you next time. God bless.